Hi, this is Kelly Allen. I'm going to discuss with you some of the commonly held myths about Medicaid. Now, when I'm talking about Medicaid, I'm not talking about low-income Medicaid or Medicaid for infants and children. I'm specifically talking about long-term care Medicaid. That's the Medicaid program that's going to pay room and board at a skilled nursing facility. So frequently people will call or they'll come in and a family member or a loved one is needing skilled nursing care, and the first thing the person says to me is, well, I know they don't qualify for Medicaid. And usually they actually could qualify for long-term care Medicaid. So myth number one is I don't qualify or my family member doesn't qualify because he or she makes too much money. Well, in actuality, for long-term care Medicaid, the general rule, there are more specifics to it than this, but in general, if you make less per month than the monthly cost of the skilled nursing facility, then you do not make too much money for long-term care Medicaid. In North Carolina, these facilities are going to run $6,000 to $12,000 a month. So in fact, most people do not make too much money for long-term care Medicaid. The other real concern that I hear very frequently is, oh, well, Medicaid is going to take my house. Well, Medicaid doesn't take anything. It's a matter of whether someone meets the eligibility requirement or not. But in fact, if you are talking about your home, your primary residence, you can qualify for long-term care Medicaid with the home in your name. So not only will Medicaid not take the home, but Medicaid does not require you to sell your home and use those proceeds to pay for the long-term care facility. So that myth is 100% false. In addition, there are ways that we can protect the home long term so that even after the Medicaid beneficiary passes away, that the home is still protected against Medicaid placing a lien on it. Another thing that we hear is, oh, well, I was told that I have to spend down. And spend down generally in the Medicaid context means privately pay for the nursing facility for as long as you can, and then when you are completely out of money, apply for Medicaid. And that'll work. That's one way of doing it, but it's not the best way of approaching it. Because as we've discussed on several other segments, there are numerous ways to work within the Medicaid regulations to protect assets. So you absolutely should not just move into the nursing facility and just automatically start paying. You should consult with an elder law attorney who can specifically analyze your situation and look at what assets can be protected. Another common concern is people believe that if they apply for long-term care Medicaid, that somehow Medicaid takes over the decision-making process, that Medicaid gets to determine the facility that someone is going to be placed in. And that is also 100% false. Actually, the family makes that determination. As long as the skilled nursing facility is certified by Medicaid, then if you financially qualify for long-term care Medicaid, then you're not having to worry about the facility. Once you're moved into that Medicaid certified skilled nursing facility, then you're medically qualified. And social services, the Medicaid program in general, have absolutely no say-so about what facility that your loved one is in. And you still have the flexibility, even after being approved for Medicaid. If that facility is not working out, then you can move your family member to another Medicaid certified skilled nursing facility, and that's still going to be okay. It's not going to cause a problem for the Medicaid benefits. An associated issue is that people believe that Medicaid has special state-run facilities that are all these rundown, awful places that no one would ever want to put a family member. And that's also not true. There are not, at least in North Carolina, there are no separate Medicaid facilities. They're all regular facilities that accept both Medicaid residents and private pay residents. So one person in a facility may be there paying $10,000 a month, and somebody right next door could be there and Medicaid is actually paying for the room and board. So Medicaid does not mean derelict, rundown, unsafe. So those are just a few of the common Medicaid myths, and hopefully this has enlightened you about what the true information is.